Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to try something that I would not advise. I'm going to play AB0, no Count Your Blessing Uzuri, into Viscerai just to see how much we stand to gain when he finally leaves the meta through Living Legend. Have 3 erase face. It's going to be an aggro race. I'll put in shreds. At least I'm assuming it's aggro, like maybe he does some rune chant stacking, in which case give me the go again cards. I'll play the hurls too, why not? Let's just try to convert every single card into offense and see if I get there. Yeah, here we go. Okay, perfect start. Get to isolate into a Death Touch or Arsenal the Death Touch. No, let's go Nimblism, Red Isolate. One of my favorite early plays from this old, mostly red Uzuri deck. If you've seen the past couple videos, this is the same list. No card changes because I saw this Viscerai sitting there in the Talishar lobby and I just thought, you know, let's see what we can do. I wouldn't take the result of this game too seriously because not only will Viscerai be Living Legend in a few short months if the RTN season goes anyway like I think it will, but we are playing an aggro mirror, very high variance, or at least I'm calling myself an aggro deck. I wanna be playing my cards instead of blocking with them. I want to have go again on my stuff. I want my opponents to be fearful. Speaking of which, look at this. Over 70 cards for the opponent. This is perfect. I'm going to perform a juke. Yeah, he's pitching all reds because his ratios are bad. So he thinks I'm coming here to fatigue him, but no. It's just gas. Alright. The sigil looking a little dubious after I'm higher life than him, but let's move on. So I want to send the Death Touch. Question is, do I hold my Leave No Witnesses for the next turn? I think I do. So we'll just go Spider's Bite into Death Touch and hold this Shred for the inevitable defense reaction that these fat stack Viscerais want to do. He's probably going to try to build up a huge stack, and my goal is to end him before then. This is bringing back some memories, man, of just totally different gameplay. It's not normal that you bring up an assassin deck in the opponent's sideboards incorrectly. Okay. I don't know if I want to shred on this or not. I probably have to, but if he has the D-React, I'm going to look a little bit silly. Yeah, let's just do it. Oh, I do look silly. Egg on my face. But oh well. It's still resources that he doesn't have for the next turn. Like he didn't arsenal the D-React. Now he just passes. I don't have a blue stealth for my scrap yet. This is where things start to look a little dubious. Reaping Blade. My sigil isn't working. So let's go ahead and dagger using the sigil and the scrap. These are fine cards to have later on in the game, so if it actually makes it down there, we'll see. So riding high after those first couple turn cycles, but we are back to normal assassin things. Normal red line, pitching 3 reds on the turn, as my opponent did on the first turn. Okay, but I feel pretty comfortable actually, just sending the CNC after a Spider's Bite hit. I think these decks tend to play Sink Below and Reduce to Rune Chant, and the new blocking card, which defends for 4. Haunting Rendition, I think it's called. Oh, what is this? Kill a swarming Gloomvale. That's great. Ah, yes. Leave no witnesses for 7 if I get to do it. Thank you, Nimblism. One of my favorite cards ever. The art is abstract, unlike most Flesh and Blood cards, but I think it's meant to be like someone streaking through the air so fast you don't see them because they are nimble. How nice, I don't have to block any arcane damage. No excess clicking for me. And if he goes sword after this, I'm very happy to just block 3. Okay. I will just block 3 anyway. This is kind of funky. That's not a normal card for Viscera to be playing, but I suppose it does a job. It kind of mitigates the brick hands a little. So now I'm gonna lead with the Nimblism. I don't think there's too much reason to put it on the Leave No Witnesses. And this way I have the option of holding it if I like. And the Rabble does give me some information. Revealing the Isolate actually makes me want to cast the Leave No Witnesses. Not only do I use my action point, which would otherwise go floating, but it means I can potentially arsenal a card if my opponent has sufficient blocking resources. I think the type of card that would reveal to Rabble where I want to keep the Leave No Witness is like another Nimblism, a Shred, something that makes me want to attack with the Leave No as my main threat for the turn. Clearing it out also opens up Codex plays, which is something you always want to be aware of. See, this is the thing people, the community, not the assassin community, just the general player base, always gave massive disrespect to Uzuri because of her like fab math is bad, if you will, which just on its face I hate statements like that. But their argument is something like, you know, if she has to convert her hands, it's hard to do so. You know, she'll fall behind on these like turn cycles. But just look at this. Like, my opponent's just trying to defend and protect his board state, and yeah, it turns out it's hard to defend Assassin. That's kind of the whole point. They don't give you an easy time. And it's pretty much every hero in the game. There are a few exceptions that defend Uzuri particularly well. Which is why she is one of my favorites. I'm hoping the Chaos Assassins get a similar thing. Those demi-heroes have some juicy effects. Yeah, I think I would rather take the setup card from my opponent and let them throw an attack if they so choose. I stand to lose more from the type of hands where they say like lead with a ninth blade, because that really catches them back up in the value game. So I'm gonna make plays accordingly. I'm probably gonna block almost every attack that comes in for exactly 3 to play around Succumb to Temptation. It's gonna Creepers into Read the Runes, which makes plenty of sense because I will be blocking almost never on the arcane. Well, I can't block, but I guess my point is there will be few turns of the game where my opponent is unable to send arcane at me. I think Erase Phase doesn't do quite as much into these setup-oriented Viscera players, but you know, it's still 6 with a relevant on-hit. You know, maybe it stops 1 or 2 rune chants in a string of like 3 non-attacks that they play. His hand doesn't use Codex super well, so I'm kind of hoping they just throw an attack at me and keep their creepers around. And I can, and then I can convert my hand. You know, they say they attack me for something like 6 value total on the turn. I'll block these two. Block leave no, play sigil, swap my shakedown potentially. I also have Snapdragon's options. All right, there's a Ninth Blade. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip all those rune chants, mash my spacebar. So in fact, they threw. Oh wait, my sigil is bad because of Reaping Blade. If I take 9, I go to 17, and then I can sigil. Yeah. Why not? What could go wrong? A lot can go wrong. I think this is a risky maneuver, but I am willing to take it. So here's the plan. I lead with this guy, and if they face Purgatory, I have some Snapdragons play. I mean, I'm doing the Snapdragons no matter what. The game is getting near that stage. Okay, grass plus a 3 block makes plenty of sense. I think I'm not gonna flick the Spider's Bite on this attack. I'm just gonna follow through with my original plan of swap into my shakedown. If they go for the face Purgatory on the shakedown, then I'm not too worried. They do it here. Yeah, that's fine. I still get to do my thing. I suppose that's one of the ways holding the sigil works out for me. Like I get to convert it into the face Purgatory discard. All right, now we hit with this. Very nice. I'll choose 1. I'll take their only go again card again. Not too shabby. Oh, look, I complete a contract. This is showcasing the strength of Snappies, by the way, over something like Black Tech Whispers. I wonder if they're going to send the 6 or the 3 here. Ooh, my hand is pretty sweet, though. Yeah, I like this. Okay, send the 3. I have Nimblism, right? Yeah, I'll just block 6. Once again, I'm going to play around the Succumb to Temptation just in case. Creeper's Sonata for not enough to do anything else this turn, I don't think. So that is fine. Just going to send the Nimble Strike 5 go again. And depending on how they block, I'm either going to CNC with Tunic or Death Touch. And potentially flick Spider's Bite if the answer is CNC. So basically, I think it's something. I think the logic is something like if they block with a D-React on this, I'll just get the Death Touch. And if they don't block with the D-React, I have to think about the CNC line. They have plenty of 3-block non-attacks in the deck, so flicking Spider's Bite is not a guaranteed play. So I'm probably not flicking Spider's Bite, is what that tells me. Okay, I don't know why they would defend like this, though. That doesn't give me any real information aside from what are you doing with that Tunic. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. There's 2 codexes there. Yeah. I think it's so hard not to choose CNC when you have it available. Maybe they're low on block value. And if they are, like, putting the tunic just makes no sense. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I think they're probably going to choose, like, I don't know, one of these derpy guys. Yep, sure enough. We'll just tunic CNC. And I get to snipe it. Very nice. No need to flick knives at that stage, I don't think. 2 daggers coming through on this turn will be plenty. I say 2 daggers. It's probably going to be 0, actually. I think my turn is infect, swap surgical plus shred. The only consideration is whether I block with my tunic on this. The reason to do so would be if I want to try to not die to all arcane. I want my life total to be higher, so I think I am going to do it because I don't think it's going to be 2 more turns after my next turn. I think he'll be dead by then. And if I do get some more physical thrown at me, I would rather convert my physical block fully than not. So I think we're in a pretty excellent endgame spot. I pretty much only die to some bizarre blast of arcane damage after I can't present lethal. And having a codex means it's pretty low chance that I don't present lethal. Okay. Here's where my opponent plays the D-React if they have it. And I'm not going to nerf Scalpel if they do because my shred is for +4. I'm not going to flick the nerve, I mean. I'm going to let it resolve, shred it. If they have another one, I flick that one. And let's see. Nope, they die. There you have it, folks. Uzuri favored into Viscerai. And yeah, that's it. Video end. I'll talk about cards later. That's great. Quit while I'm ahead. Have a good one. See you in the next one.